Living in Bacolod was a change for me because I never, through my mission in my entire life, I'd never lived in a city of that size. So it's really busy, lots of people. Transportation is they got lots of public transportation. We would commonly use tricycles if we needed to go shorter distances. Tricycles will run you about like 8 to 10 pesos, so it's really cheap. And basically what it is a motorcycle with a sidecar attached. You can fit lots of people in there. The more the better. They'll try and throw as many people on as they can. So that's how we got around. They have another form of transportation. It's called a jeepney. A jeepney is basically a really big jeep that they've just, what's that called? They've renovated it. They've made it look nice, and they run circuits around the city. And we usually use jeepneys if we need to go longer distances because they run longer routes. It's about 7 pesos per ride. So all the transportation is really cheap, at least most of the time. We didn't use taxis too often. They do have taxis. If we needed to get to like the mission home, we would use taxis. If you needed to transfer or go like between areas, you could take buses. The bus service over there is called series. They're these big yellow buses. They're really distinct. They're pretty unique to Negros Occidental, or just the Visayas region, which is like the central Philippines. They don't really have them in Manila, so you'll see those buses a lot, the big yellow buses. Bacolod, because it is more urban, common jobs were like call center agents. They have what's called chungis, which are like these houses, like these stores that people run out of their houses, like tiny convenience stores. The conversion rate was $1 to 40 pesos. So there's a pretty big difference there. Food was pretty cheap. We wouldn't spend more than maybe 800, 900 pesos a week on food. You can go lower than that. The thing about Bacolod Sixth Ward that was nice, the members fed us a lot. They're very involved in missionary work. So we had a lot of dinner appointments, a lot of referrals, lots of baptisms. They're very, very active in missionary work. They did their home teaching. That was Bacolod Sixth Ward. That's not always the case, but Bacolod Sixth Ward was strong in that aspect. I do remember probably about 12,000 pesos per quarter, I think, was the rent. Or at least that's our apartment in Bacolod. So not too bad. It was still pretty low. Our apartment there, that was the nicest apartment I stayed in the Philippines. It was also a hosting apartment. So it's nice, like if people came in for trainings or like new missionaries, we gotta meet everybody. They come over and sleep at our apartment. I never had any problems with crime, like ever. Never got held up. I know of someone who did. I never had a problem with it. Never. I mean, like anytime you're out late, you just gotta be aware. Like it is a city, so there are some crime. There are some crimes as there are in any major city like that. Food. If you're in Bacolod, inasal, and it's everywhere. That is the traditional dish when you think of Bacolod. Bacolod and inasal. It's just marinated chicken, but it's really good. It's really good chicken. Our house was just a regular house. It had 1, 2, like 3 or 4 rooms, and then it was up and down. It had a first floor, second floor. You don't usually use like a traditional shower like in the US. They have it's usually a bucket, and you just turn the faucet on, runs into the bucket, and then you use a scoop. So that's common over there. Our apartment in Bacolod was pretty standard, like pretty similar to some of the apartments you'd see in the U.S. In Bacolod, they do have shopping malls, and the shopping malls usually are connected to like grocery stores. They do have just grocery stores, so they do have grocery stores in Bacolod. We tended to shop more at the markets though, like local markets, just because food's usually, you can get better deals there. It's kind of crazy sometimes shopping at the market. They'll try and raise the price on you if you're American, or if you look foreign. They might raise the price, or if just being a missionary, they'll raise the price sometimes. But it's not that bad. Lots of people. They're really busy. You walk through a market, it's like everyone's like calling out, like trying to get you to look at their product. Lots of fish, because you're surrounded by the ocean, so lots of seafood. Lots of fresh fruit. Fruit was actually a little bit more expensive in Bacolod, just because it was an urban area. People would pay more for it, but yeah, we had to pay a little bit more for fruit in Bacolod. It was better to shop at the markets. It's nice sometimes to go to the grocery stores, get some things like that, but it's cheaper to start shop at the markets, and it's a better experience. There's stray dogs sometimes, stray cats. Not a whole lot in Bacolod, just because it's better regulated. It's a big city.